Okay, you ready?
Okay.
Roseanne, what do you want to do when you grow up?
Well, I don't want to grow up, for one thing. Live on a desert island or something. I don't know.
You know, people were asking me, I'm going to interview Roseanne today. Where's she been? You haven't been really out in everybody's tabloid and everything in a couple of years. And, you know, people, what's she been doing?
Well, I have 5 kids, and I have a grandson now. And there's a lot of Little League and
I
stuff
got
like
3 of those grand people. That's a fun thing.
It is
I
fun.
like that job.
Just living a regular, sort of regular life.
Somewhat normal?
Somewhat normal. As normal as it could get when
For
you're
you?
me. Yeah.
That's right. I loved hearing your voice. It was kind of like going back home because I haven't heard you a lot lately, and to hear that voice crank up in that movie last night was a good thing.
Oh.
Because you do have one of the most distinctive voices.
Yeah,
I've
I
ever
do.
heard.
I do.
As a mom, I would not want you yelling at me, though. I bet
No.
that would be a bad thing.
Well,
I bet
think
when you get
as
cranked
a
up,
husband, you wouldn't want me yelling at you even more.
No, not at all. But
No.
my mother used to yell at me a lot. And,
Did she?
Yeah, and I could
And
hear
you're
you yelling
scarred?
at me too.
You
So
can hear
I
me
could hear
yelling at
Roseanne
you.
yelling at me. Took me back.
It's not something anyone would like.
Now, how does someone make that call to you, though, saying, okay, we got this big fat cow in a Disney movie. Roseanne, we'd like for you to do that. I don't know.
That's kind of exactly what happened. My agent called. Well, first he's like, there's a Disney opportunity to be in a Disney movie. So I was so excited. And then he kind of got a little scared. He's like, and it is a cow. You know, like I was going to go, how dare, you know. And I'm like, great. And he's like, and it's the fattest, biggest cow ever in the world that's ever lived. I'm like, I'm so excited to, you know, it's perfect. It's great.
Do you enjoy the work where you really just focus on your voice? Because usually it's everything.
Well, I focus on everything, but I like the work. I like kind of getting back into a whole stand-up comedy thinking thing. It was cool.
Is there anybody particularly making you laugh these days? Either human or just the kind of subject. I mean, I haven't seen any big stand-up people lately. I don't want to be the first to tell you. I mean, it's a lot of the old people I'm still laughing at, but I haven't seen anybody just tear me up lately. You know, Chris Rock was one of the last ones that I laughed at, I think.
I haven't really seen a lot of people, but I mean,
either.
you know,
I mean, you know, if they were great, you'd be seeing them, though, I think.
Well, they're probably like developing in places all over the world right now.
Are you laughing at politics these days? Anything making you laugh?
Well, it kind of makes me laugh in a scary way, like, ew. It's scary. It's a scary time in the
How
world.
about the political correctness of like Howard Stern threatening to quit because he can't say certain things? And, you know, we seem to be getting into a real political correct time again.
I think we're coming out of that. I think we're just leaving the politically correct time. It's like for a while it was like you have to say it this way, you can't say this, you can say that, you got to say it this way. And it's kind of like all hell's breaking a little bit loose now.
It is.
Which I think is a good thing. It's always good when things get shook up a little bit.
But they never were able to muzzle you. They could never do that.
Well, I sort of muzzled myself just by going through menopause and getting old.
Those hot flashes aren't funny.
No,
are they?
they're not.
They're not funny at all. So we're going to see more. What are we going to see of you like the next year? We've got to do something besides just be, you know, domestic. We're going to got to see you do something. We love you in this movie, so people are going to start thinking about you again.
That's nice. I hope they do.
Do you want to go through that sitcom grind, or you've been there, done that? Because that's harder work than my friend Reba's doing that. And I know that she's in year number 3, and I think she thinks she's in year number 6. If you know,
It's hard. It's hard. I'm too old to be doing that. But I'm doing stand-up comedy again, so that's kind of fun.
Nothing easy about that.
Well, that's fun though. It's not complicated. It's just me on stage, you know, and me doing what I want. I don't have to have like 50 people that I have to like get okays from saying what I want, and that's kind of like returning to my roots, and I'm loving that.
So are you the kinder, gentler Roseanne now? Mature Roseanne?
I'm mature. I'm more mature. So I'm not so interested in the stuff I was interested in when I was young, and you know.
So what did you learn from the big mess, though? You know, from the our younger years. Did you learn anything particularly?
I learned that pace yourself. I think that's a big thing I learned. Don't blow it all in one place. Pace it, make it last longer. Yeah.
It's hard to do when you're a kid. Yeah, it really
It's
is.
hard to do when you first like get famous because you want to go, it's like so shocking. But yeah, just
Pace
taking it
yourself.
easier a little bit, saving
still
some
great.
for the end.
Thank you very much.
Thank you.
Bye. All righty, yeah, pace yourself. Patience is what I've learned in my older age. I had the patience of a gnat as a young person.
Now I